At Automasters LLC, our mission is to serve our community by providing quality automobiles at affordable prices. All of our vehicles are inspected and certified to offer you the confidence in knowing you have a quality vehicle. Our goal is to provide you with a seamless process and positive experience for your automobile purchase. Financing recommendations and specific vehicle inquiries are available at your request. You can find us at www.automasters06.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, please feel free to contact Terrence Miles at 601-927-7794. And oh yeah, tell him Sonia sent you.
She say sports. 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 She say sports.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sonia, and welcome back to She Say Sports. Today I have with me former JSU men's basketball equipment manager, viral sensation, and 2020 ESPY winner, Thomas Snacks Lee. Hi Thomas, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. I see you driving, so I won't hold you too long. You've been on the show before, but at that point I was audio, so it's been about 4 years, yeah. So I've moved on up since then. Yeah. So let's get right into it, Thomas. So back in, I believe March 2nd, 2020, you became a viral sensation after you hit a deep three-pointer in a JSU 76-56 win over Arkansas Pine Bluff. From that moment, your life changed. But before we go any further into that, tell the listeners why that deep three-pointer was so significant. Because I believe you were a senior, but tell that story.
Right. Actually, I came to Jack State in 2015, and I was supposed to graduate in 2020. And from my freshman year until then, I had been asking the coach for an opportunity to be able to dress up for senior night, but I didn't actually want to go in the game. I just more so wanted to get the experience of being in a uniform and dressing out with the team. So, it just told me to, do my job, do it well, and everything else will take care of itself. And I often shot with the players and shot against the players, and coach used to be in there, and I'll be like, Coach, I'm getting ready. So, the team kind of embraced that, and they knew that once I was a senior that they were even eager for me to get that opportunity. But that year that I tried to do it, the playoff race was tight in SWAC, so I decided to change my major so I can come back for an extra year, just so I won't be a distraction to the team. And everything fell into place, and I was able to get that moment, which has done miracles for me up until this day.
Yes, it has. That's amazing. I didn't realize you had changed your major so you can come back just for that moment, and that says a lot. Wow. So Thomas, did you think that deep three-pointer, that moment would get over 5 million views?
At first, I felt like it would be locally popular, but through the course of social media and how popular things can get so quick on social media,
Yes.
I mean, it grew rapidly, and I was on my phone and getting different alerts from different places and different people on interviews, and just so much exposure. I was just embracing the moment, and my platform was continuing to grow throughout the process.
Absolutely. So because of when we keep calling a moment, and I got something to say about that, because of that moment, it took you to the Today Show. You earned play-by-play on Good Morning America, ESPN, and so many other news outlets across the country. Thomas, you even won, as I mentioned, the ESPY award that year. Tell us about that moment and how did it feel to be amongst so many great and big athletes of our time?
It was an amazing experience. I mean, it was surreal to be able to be in the league company like Simone Biles, many WNBA players, NBA players, and to see kind of how the city, my social media following, just to see how everyone embraced that moment and wanted me to win the ESPY. because it was, it was historic not only for Jackson but the swag, and you
Right.
know, it would do a lot for me in my future. So I was just grateful that the people voted, and I mean to be in the elite company like that. I mean it was an honor to be even considered and be able to get that support because those people have great fan bases as well.
Absolutely. That's true. So that moment you had in 2020 has now brought you to this moment, a documentary. And before we go any further, I've been calling it a moment, you've been calling it a moment. And as I was researching for this interview, I looked up the word moment because the definition, because I just kept using it. And it says in an appropriate time for doing something, an opportunity. And it was the appropriate time just for that moment for you to have that shot and to catapult you to this documentary at this point. Don't you agree?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
It was amazing. So your documentary, The Underdog, the story of Thomas Snacks Lee, premiered last week, May 3rd, at the Thalmar Hall in Jackson, Mississippi. Tell us, how did this documentary come about?
Essence Wallace of the Chosen Productions reached out to me afterwards because her brother actually was on the opposing team, and me and him went to high school together. And he
Mhm.
wasn't in the game at the time, but he was telling his teammates, um, you guys might want to get a hand up because he can make that shot. I seen him make that shot. So,
Yeah.
going through that process and her learning more about my story, it kind of motivated and inspired her journey and what she's done in the production industry. So I mean, it went hand in hand, and we were able to make a documentary, and I'm just grateful that she chose my story, to inspire others and be able to share the light and insight on my process and what I went through to be able to help others navigate through their journey, whether that be sports, whether that be entertainment, whether that be music, whether that be public speaking, whatever their career
Mhm.
endeavor is. I feel like my story, I feel like it's relatable on all levels.
Absolutely, it is. And how did you, in essence, come up with the title of the documentary? What made you call it The Underdog?
Because like in Jackson, Mississippi, we kind of have this underdog mentality, and we have this approach that we have to beat the odds, and we have to we have to be more than just normal. So just embracing just that aura and understanding, like having that underdog mentality, I think that fuels us and keeps us going. So I think that's
Okay.
what inspired the name.
Mm. So have you always kind of seen yourself as an underdog?
Yes, man, absolutely. Just because of my weight and not fitting the athletic stereotype, being
Yeah,
able to being able to perform in that element and not actually look like your prototypical athlete, I definitely think that it was me being an underdog all my life,
you
never getting those opportunities, but in college, relishing the moment and being able to be where I am today.
right. Well, you've inspired so many people. What do you say to anyone who feels like they are an underdog? What do you tell them?
I would tell them always to believe in yourself, have good faith in God and continue to, you know, be in your corner, put one foot in front of the other each day. And anything you put your mind to, even the word impossible has the word impossible in it. So I
That's
just
true.
always kind of, you know, motivate myself. I just stay self-driven and, continue to weather the storm through adversities.
Absolutely. So Thomas, that night, the premiere, you on the red carpet, how did that feel for you at a premiere for your documentary? What does that mean to you?
I mean, it was amazing to see the support of the city, to see different local athletes like Josh Hubbard, to see Jamin Brakefield, those guys that have been successful in the athletic field, to come and
Yeah,
see that my story inspired them and made them want to come out and be in the red carpet event. I think it was amazing. I think the city came out and overall it was just a great experience for everyone, not only for just me but my family because they were excited to see it too. So I was just
that's
I
awesome.
was glad to do that.
That is so great. So Thomas, you now work with the youth, is that correct? In some capacity?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about that, and how does it feel for you to be able to give back and pour into those young lives?
It feels great. I've always looked at myself as a beacon of hope. So whether that be through motivation, through coaching, through mentoring, I always wanted to give back, not only just in athletics, but in everyday life.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what are you doing with them? Are you doing like intramural basketball or
I'm actually doing
involved?
AAU travel basketball,
Okay.
and we're doing life skills coaching, and we're doing training, and we're also doing public speaking sessions. And we started a nonprofit organization where it's called BOSS. It stands for Being a Successful Student Athlete.
Okay, and I'll get that information at the end of the show. And what is the next step for Thomas Snacks Lee?
Just to continue to build on my platform and continue to grow it largely and continue to use my resources to be able to inspire others to keep dreaming and never stop dreaming.
I love it. And what would you tell 18-year-old Thomas Lee?
I would tell 18-year-old Thomas Lee to just live in the now and be confident in your daily work and trust your work and just continue to just keep pushing.
I love it. I love it. So Thomas, I know you're on the move, but I play a little game and it's gonna be real quick. It's called What You Know. And I'll ask you a few questions. And because you are a Jackson State University alum and a VI Love lover, it'll be all Jackson State questions. So it should be pretty simple for you. So what year was JSU founded?
1872.
What is JSU's mascot?
Sorry.
Who was the most famous JSU
Wave Day.
Tiger? That's right. Let's see. Who was Jackson State's most famous alumnus, former Chicago Bears running back, and professional football Hall of Fame member?
Walter Payton.
What former JSU football coach took the Tigers to back-to-back Celebration Bowl appearances?
Deion Sanders.
Today, who is the fourth largest state-supported institution in Mississippi?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Today, who is the fourth largest state-supported institution in Mississippi?
In Mississippi? Is it Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson State.
Okay.
Yeah. What former JSU basketball player who has won 2 NBA rings and was a former men's basketball coach for Mississippi Valley?
Lindsey Hunter.
What is the school song?
Hell to D. I mean, yeah. Is that right?
Jackson Fair?
Jackson Fair, yeah.
Yeah. I know what you meant. Who was just named JSU's women's basketball head coach?
Coach. Oh my God. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Her last name
originally coached at Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm. Last name starts with an R. Margaret Richards.
Richards, there it is. Margaret Richards.
Mm-hmm. Last one. What former legendary JSU men's basketball coach had 2 NCAA appearances and passed away this week?
Coach Stockton.
Coach Stockton. Very good. Good job, Snacks. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. But before you go, tell the listeners how they can follow you on social media, how they can see your documentary, as well as help out with your nonprofit.
They can follow me on on all my platforms at BigHomie_Tom, and the nonprofit at Bossa.sports. And the documentary will be coming out on streaming very, very soon. We're still in current negotiations with streaming platforms. So once we get that out, they can be following the platforms for updates regarding the documentary. And I thank you so much for Bossa. BASSA.sports.
Okay, thank you. Because, I want to make sure. All right. And guys, you can follow me on She Says Sports on Facebook, She Says Sports 23 on Instagram, and please subscribe to our YouTube page, She Says Sports. Well, that's my show for today. Until next time, this is Sonia with She Says Sports.
Peace.